My emotions had an echo in so much space. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy?
And good morning, evening, or afternoon, depending on what part of the globe you're on and what time zone you are in. I'm your host, Skeptically Speaking, so to speak.
And I'm Sweet Pea from across the pond. Hi, Scott.
And what a
How are you
show.
doing today?
What a show, what a show, what a show. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you want more independent media in your life, please consider supporting the show. Cash App, Venmo, or Patreon. Become a Patreon subscriber. We'd love to have you. You've found us on YouTube, but you can also find us on TikTok, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Kick, Rumble, Twitch, Twitter. I said that already. Substack, and Upscrolled. Not up yours, Upscrolled. Okay? Not to be confused with the other social media app. Who knows how long we'll be on TikTok. I'm about ready to say, fuck it. I don't want to be on TikTok anymore. We're not there yet. But we're getting closer and closer to that, shall we say. Yeah, TikTok, ever since Israel through United States took it over, it's gotten worse. You thought TikTok under China was bad? They don't even hold a candle. Don't even hold a candle. Because fuck these guys. But anyway, that's okay. We'll get through it. So how are you doing, Sweet Pea?
Breathing. How are you doing?
Well, ever since, we've kind of always known we've had Nazi collaborators in our midst, but, a stand-up comedian literally made a bogus ICE call-in hotline to help, expose these Nazi collaborators, and it didn't disappoint. The fuck? I mean, this is enough to make you sick. It really is. I mean, if this doesn't piss you off, we have other news that will help piss you off. But let's go ahead and roll the clip. We'll get right into it.
A comedian named Ben Palmer created a fake DHS hotline, and he had people calling into the hotline. One of the people who called in was a teacher, a kindergarten teacher, a 6-year-old teacher, who called in the parents of that student. This teacher accessed that student's files illegally, and that teacher accessed that student's files illegally so she could report their parents to have that baby's parents removed from the country. That is what's going on inside of our public schools. I understand that Ben was trying to show the ridiculousness that's out there, but what Ben actually caught is teachers who are actually breaking the fucking law. I'm sorry, white women, but you are never beating these allegations. The fact that you would call a DHS hotline to get 2 parents deported while their baby is in school is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting.
Would you like to hear the actual phone call?
Yeah. I can't believe how disgusting this bitch is.
I have my own hotline for reporting illegal immigrants, and people call it thinking that it's legitimate. I talked to a kindergarten teacher that wants to deport the parents of a kindergartner at her school. And it looks like they have a child who was born in New York, which makes them an American citizen.
Yeah.
So we're looking to deport the parents and leave the child.
Right. Like I said, I don't know if they're here illegally. I just think it's odd, It's very odd.
What did you say was odd?
It's just odd for them to even be here. Like, I'm a teacher at a school. Okay, I know schools. I know the whole law about schools. I mean, they seem like nice people or whatever, but I looked them up.
She knows the law about schools. What law is she referring to? It couldn't
Obviously,
be.
She doesn't know the law.
It couldn't be the law about accessing files on the parents and making that public knowledge, would it? That couldn't be the law she's referring to, because that would mean what she's doing is illegal.
Illegal? Because I'm sure
Damn
she's
near
breaking
criminal.
the confidentiality law. Yeah, I'm sure she's breaking a confidentiality clause that
Several.
teachers like nurses sign. Not to mention that is absolutely disgusting. Knowingly going after anyone that you think is illegal simply because you don't like them. That is disgusting.
Right?
But would the parents and the child US citizens anyway? Didn't they go through all the legal stuff for them?
That we don't know. We're not privy to that information because we're not supposed to know the parents' information.
No, no. Because I hope this teacher is fired and thrown in prison.
I was going to make
absolutely disgusting.
I was going to make a comment about that. I was going to wait till after the clip, but yeah, I have to think. No, you're fine. I have to think that several laws were broken. I mean, at least two.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not to mention, I mean, New York has some pretty stringent law. You can't just do that if you. Anyway, roll clip.
In our files, and I was like, oh, she was born in Honduras and he's born in El Salvador. So right there, it's like, okay, maybe I'm on the right path. They drop off their kid every day.
So their kid is their kid a student at your school?
Yes.
One of your
kindergarten.
Okay, so now you want to get his parents deported?
Well, I'm just saying that if they're taking up resources from our county,
okay.
I'm not into illegal people being here.
I mean, if the son's in kindergarten, what is 6 or 7,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he's probably like 5 or 6.
And he was born in New York, so that means assuming like
The kid is in her class. She doesn't know the exact age of the student. She must not really care much about her students. Yeah, 5 or 6 maybe. Ooh.
I hate to be the
Maybe
bearer
6,
of
7.
bad news, but she
Dumbass.
sounds like the kind of teacher that only cares about what color their skin is, not how old or anything else.
Yeah, white women are fucking dangerous, especially in this country. I mean, not to mention the men being horrific, but holy shitballs. This is why dictatorships are held up, is you've got white women like this who will uphold any obscenity and excuse it. I guarantee, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's amazing what they choose to be upset about. And instead of the blatant criminality that's happening right in front of their faces. But we'll get to that.
they've been in America for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go ahead and just remove them.
Are you like questioning that, or what do you know?
Yeah. Sorry, no, I'm just writing this down for my own personal notes, and my supervisor teaches at school wants kindergarten child's parents deported.
You make it sound terrible. You make it sound like it's terrible, but...
Oh, well, I'm just
Because it
writing
is
down what
terrible,
you're
you
telling
stupid
me.
bitch.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay.
Sounds terrible. Let's see, I can write that down too, I guess. And that's Hispanic in an area where you wouldn't normally see
Exactly. It
Hispanics.
is terrible.
Okay.
Right. Like people that are born in another country.
Yeah, because you normally see those people where?
Like in the cities.
Got it. Okay. Hispanics out of place, now in country, not where they belong in.
This call gets worse and worse. And this is my second time listening to it, and I'm like hearing new things for the first time. I mean, you hear the subtle jabs. Oh, the Hispanics, they're not where they need to be. They're not where they should be. Okay. It's like
Where does she expect them to be? Where does she expect them to be? Now, she's the type of white woman. It's like, oh, black people took our jobs. Oh,
You know
that's
what
a
white
black
people
job.
used to
She
say?
is the type of white person. That is the type of white person she is. She
You know
is
what
disgusting. She is vile.
You know what white people used to say? Oh, those Indians, they're not where they should be. Where's that? On the reservation, where they can't be seen and heard from. This is the exact same energy. I'm telling you.
She needs an unlubed, dusty, rusty, disgusting, contaminated dildo rammed up her ass. She is so disgusting.
Yeah, it's just gross. It fucking is, and it's getting to the point where it's just obnoxious at this point. These people need to be named and shamed. Anyway, let's move on.
City. So we were able to confirm that they are documented citizens along with their child.
Oh, good.
So yeah, it's good because we don't have to deport a 6-year-old. And yeah, I mean, you know, that little fella could have been a threat to our national security.
Why are you talking to me like this?
Say again?
Why do you talk to me like this?
I'm sorry, what are you referring to?
Like you're like sarcastic.
Oh, okay. I mean, I just thought that maybe you'd be okay and just happy that the people that you reported were actually here legally and that they belong. Just like you and me.
Could I talk to your supervisor? You said you're the supervisor.
Yeah, I just thought
No,
you were
bitch. You
going to be
cannot
happy.
speak
Yeah,
to the fucking
I am happy, but I'm not happy
Sharon.
with your attitude. You just said to me, the 6-year-old won't be a threat to national security.
Yeah.
That's sarcastic.
I would think that the people that were deporting,
No, he's just
especially
taking on your
6-year-olds, that there would be good
attitude.
reason for it.
I was talking about the people who I thought they're illegal because they were born in a different country. I can't help that they have a 6-year-old. That's on them.
You know what we'll do? I'll get in touch with the supervisor. I send him a text. When he gets back to me, I'll see if he can follow up with you. And
No,
others.
it's
What
on
is
you,
his
you
name?
stupid
His
bitch,
name
for
is
not
Brian.
minding your business.
But yeah, thought you'd be happy to know that they're documented. But we'll have the
I am
follow-up.
happy. I'm super happy. I'm super happy. I'm glad. You know, that's wonderful.
Well, it's
I
good.
wanna
You know, the
slap
6-year-old
her.
can
I
stay
wanna
in the
slap
school,
her
and
so
you know,
hard.
I know it's tough looking at him. And but yeah, we'll get on my supervisor. Just he can give you a call back in a little bit. My
I want
understudy
to
here
slap her
said
so
you
hard.
were
I
having
want to slap her back to her
Oh,
ancestors.
Okay. If this call gets better and better. But no, please. If you have any commentary, lay it on us.
I do. I want to slap her so hard. I send her back to her ancestors to deal with. She is so fundamentally disgusting.
The call gets even worse because this is
They're all
probably
legal.
hours later.
They're all legal. Yeah.
Yeah. So what he did was he basically did a fake check. Yeah, it turns out that they're legal. They've got all their paperwork. Blah 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 blah. Whether it's true or not, but then he calls her back as the supervisor. It's the same guy. I don't think she's gonna get it. We've got one more minute of this call. It's gonna be short.
some issues with him about some out of place Hispanics.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
You sound exactly like Greg. Okay. I just didn't like his attitude.
I really do apologize for that. It looks like Brian said we did confirm the document status of these individuals, and we're happy we were able to do that for you despite the sarcasm and the things that you're complaining about.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that they're fine folks and belong here and all that good stuff. But he was like criticizing me because there was a 6-year-old boy involved. You know what I mean? But he's like acting like I'm this terrible person because I'm going to deport a 6-year-old.
You
And
are a terrible
he goes
person.
today. He goes, you know, because a 6-year-old would be a threat to national security.
I would have
National
loved.
security.
That's the end of the clip. I would have loved to have gotten the entire conversation. By the way, he's got many more. That's just, I mean, I haven't even scratched the surface. He's got clip after clip after clip of just people phoning his bogus hotline. I mean, we could be going on for days with this shit.
Wait. So he's got a bogus hotline that actual people are calling thinking they're getting someone in trouble. He is doing the country a good service doing this.
Yeah. It's like,
Protecting people.
yeah. And of
He's
course, these
protecting
bozos don't get it, you know, they're just ignorant fuckwit Trump cunts. But that's basically it. I don't give a fuck if they get upset about it or mad about it. But these asshole Nazis are. This is why we are here. Okay, if you are ever wondering why we're never getting out of this mess that we're in, this is why. This is why. We're dying of whiteness. We've got actual criminal billionaires running around buying up half the country, buying up farmland that's gone into foreclosure because of issues that they helped create themselves. We've got, you know, banking cartels that are throwing people out of their homes. You know, you've got gentrification. You've got corporations that are spewing poison into our air, atmosphere, poisoning our waters, poisoning our streams, rivers, and lakes, and they just get away with it. This is what happens when you elect a clown car posse to run the country. And it's racism and sexism, and this is why we're here. You know, we're allowing this to happen. And unless we get our heads out of our goddamn asses, it's just going to continue. It's going to continue. It's not going to get any better. It's not going to improve. And we have ourselves to blame. So I think I'm going to keep that clip.
Okay. Do you want a fun fact before we move further into the show?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Happy Black History Month. I wish things would be better. So the fun fact for today, Nelson Mandela would have been released from prison today many years ago. Well, yes. Nelson Mandela was released from prison today many years ago.
All right.
I will bring you more Black History facts tomorrow.
Yeah, this is Black History Month, so, you know, this is why we feature Black content creators, especially Black women, because we did not listen to them as a country as a whole. And here we are. Had we elected the Black woman, we would not be talking about this. Now, would we? Fellow white people? Unbelievable. It's just never ending. So, and with that being said, let's continue.
Jeffrey Epstein sent an email in 2013 to somebody. We don't know who because it's all redacted. But you know what's in that email that's not redacted? New Brazilian just arrived, sexy and cute. 9 years old. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche said it's not a crime to party with Epstein. Mr. Blanche, it is a crime to engage in pedophilia. We don't know what else is in this email because you, the Trump administration, is protecting pedophiles. They're refusing to investigate as criminal activity evidence like this. That's why Americans are so angry that you are refusing to comply with the Epstein Transparency Act, and we need to hold you accountable the same way we need to hold those engaged in this activity accountable. Let us see the files. Who wanted to know about a 9-year-old?
Yeah, those are the actual criminals. So instead of wasting time trying to get a 6-year-old and their parents deported because you think they might be from another country, you've got right in front of your goddamn fucking face, you got people that are abusing children and you're just letting them off the hook. In fact, you as a school teacher, most definitely, I have no doubt in my mind that she voted for Trump. No doubt. She's not only a Nazi collaborator, she supports and votes for Nazis.
I sent you something that I think will be a benefit for all our supporters and for other people who are only just finding our channel. I sent that to you in the show chat, okay?
All right.
Just a reminder to all the white people, we need to raise black voices and amplify them.
I can get behind that. See if I can get it brought over here. Honor black voices and help amplify. Yeah. So that's what we do, you know. That's what we do here on the show. If I find a black content creator given good information, got shit to say, I will feature them. It's important. It's, you know, it's ridiculous that, you know, this has become so controversial. You know, it's like, you know, it's amazing because, you know, I'll mention something in passing, especially on Facebook. You got these weirdos. Oh, you want us to kiss black people's feet and worship them? I'm like, no, I mean, just basic decency.
Them.
Yeah, basic human decency. Oh, I'm sorry, that's too much for you? Really? Okay.
How about treating people like humans, like they deserve to be treated?
Can't even do the basics, yeah. Because who knew listening to them is, oh, that's somehow some kind of worship. It's like, get the fuck on. Go fuck yourself.
No, it's called having a
fucking
open
nanite
mind. Yeah.
Well,
nothing wrong with sort of being open.
Right. We do have some good news. So I love it when right-wingers lose their heads. They literally, blow their minds. So this is from LGBTQ Nation. Link will be down in the description. Fox commentator demands Don Lemon be charged with an anti-white hate crime.
Don Lemon didn't do nothing wrong.
A Fox News contributor says that former CNN anchor Don Lemon should be charged with a hate crime for reporting on a protest at a church in Minnesota. Lemon broadcast a protest at the city's church in St. Paul, Minnesota last month. One of the church's pastors works for ICE, and the protesters chanted Renee Good's name, among other things, also ICE out. The right has treated this protest as an attack on Christians, even though it was co-organized by a Christian preacher, and many of the protesters were Christians as well. Lemon, along with several other protesters, They've been arrested. This is old news, but Lemon faces charges that include intimidating people out of practicing their religion. But the charging document only lists acts of journalism as examples of his intimidating others, like broadcasting the protests, interviewing congregants, and making observations about what he was saying. Yeah, I know. They are going after journalism. Fox host Sean Hannity on his radio show raged at the protests, saying that the congregants were somehow incapable of leaving as they stood there being interviewed at length by Lemon. He then played some audio from the protest, which included one protester who was also arrested, calling the city's church congregants comfortable white people. Hannity then asked Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett to comment on the audio clip. Quote, this is what Jarrett had to say. The racist overtones are conspicuous for all to see and hear on those videotapes. Videotapes? Who uses video? I mean, if you're going to be that far behind the times. Anyway, and then, Don Lemon later appeared on a podcast and he doubled down on it. He called the members of the church, yes, entitled white supremacists, as if that somehow justifies an attack on them. How dare people be held accountable for their actions? How dare people be challenged for their assholery and their just absolute batshit beliefs? Then he just goes on and on. It's religious freedom, but only if you're a Christian, only if you're a white male, pretty much, Lemon said, which is an observation that would explain why people like Jarrett see the protest as an attack on Christians, even though it was Christians who were protesting. That's kind of funny. Christians protesting other Christians, and somehow it's an attack on Christianity. It's like a white supremacist attacks another white supremacist and shoots them, and all of a sudden the left is attacking white supremacists. It's like, no. Both Trump shooters, one didn't shoot but was threatening, and the Charlie Kirk shooter, they're all right-wingers. Now, try to spin that, you freaks. And of course, the Department of Homeland Security denies that ICE is engaged in racial profiling. Bitch, we know you are. Come the fuck on. Be so for real. I mean, you're literally telling your agents, if you hear a Spanish accent, if they look a certain color, you can racially profile them. They just don't call it racial profiling. So I guess it's not racial profiling? Anything to add?
There is so much to be said for these walking contradictive pieces of shit. But you literally covered everything, so I have no notes at this time, but I'm in complete agreement with you.
Now, this brought a smile to my face. ICE agents fear they're not being paid hiring bonuses.
The fuck?
Mm-hmm. Well, let me get into it. Because there's a huge qualifier in order to get your sign-on bonus. And a lot of these doofuses don't read the fine print. They don't read, so there you go. Here we go. ICE agents are not getting paid bonuses. While the Trump administration has promised high salaries and generous bonuses for federal immigration agent recruits, a wave of apparent new recruits have taken to social media to complain about getting stiffed on everything from bonuses to health insurance. The International Business Times UK report. Been here. Oh, here's a quote. Been here for 2 months, still waiting for my health insurance. Is anyone having that issue as well? Reads a post on a social media platform, Reddit, on an unofficial form of deportation officers viewed by the Business Times. Man, Monday is 4 weeks since I started. I haven't been paid yet.
And they're not going to get paid, just like the people waiting for those £2,000 checks from Doge. It's never coming. You're never going to see that money.
Okay, but there's a difference between getting paid a salary and getting paid a bonus, and I'll tell you what the difference is. How the fuck do you not get paid? Somebody must be, I don't know, someone must not be, that doesn't make any sense. How would you not be getting a salary, at least a weekly or bi-weekly salary? To help facilitate its mass deportations, the Trump administration has rushed to add 10,000 new immigration agents during the first year, promising generous benefits, pay, and hiring bonuses for new recruits. The administration was successful in its hiring blitz, taking on more than 12,000 agents in a year, receiving more than 220,000 applications. And this is why they don't want people being given a living wage, because they want people so desperate they'll take any job. In its rush, however, at least according to the apparent immigration agents venting on social media, the Trump administration wasn't making good on some of its promises. A quote, they told me they don't know how long it'll take to have health insurance to take effect, and I have a sick daughter with no insurance, reads a post reviewed by International Business Times. Otherwise, claim 5-figure signing bonuses have not materialized. I feel sorry for your daughter that, you know, her dad is a Nazi. I hope she grows up to despise the ever-loving fuck out of you. I hope she hates the ground you walk on. I hope she just cannot stand the sight of you. This is my hope. The Trump administration's rush to expand its federal immigration enforcement workforce has also, according to independent journalist Ken Klippenstein, produced a wave of sketchy recruits, most of whom were idiots, according to one senior immigration and custom enforcement agent. A lot of guys are honestly pretty sketchy, a recent ICE recruit told Klippenstein, on the condition of anonymity. Fuck that. I thought federal agents were supposed to be clean, but some of them pass around a flask as we are watching a suspect. Now, you know what a flask is, right? You know what if I were to ask you, what is a flask?
Do you mean one of those little things that you put alcohol in?
Mm-hmm.
Like a little drinking flask. Oh, okay. I'm not so dim after.
No, federal agents are literally drinking on the job, passing a flask around as they're watching a suspect.
That's unethical. That's like drinking and driving on the job. What the hell?
Yeah. You
cannot work. Are they expecting liberated, racist people to work inebriated whilst they have a gun? They're shooting people anyway.
Yeah, and these are the people. Yeah, they're armed to the teeth, and that could explain why some of them are dropping weapons, dropping extra banana clips, and they're just fucking out of control. Someone said, even the Caesar, I'm reading comments on the article. There's like over 700 comments on this. Holy shit. Even the Caesars knew they would need to and had to keep legions paid. That's what gave them power. Will ICE continue to submit without financial compensation? Another one from Belinda Brown. When has the Trump or this administration ever kept their word? So go ahead, spend that bonus before you get it. Trump does have the reputation of not paying his employees, contractors, lawyers, or anyone he owes money to. Exactly. Someone online was bragging about his empire, and oh my goodness, that should prove what a great president and builder he is, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, do you even know the history of Trump buildings? How many contractors were stiffed, not paid, and were just told, I'll see you in court? If we had to draw a line, if we had to add how many that amounted to, these people are just so fucking idiotic and moronic. How many ICE agents will have to repay the bonus if they leave before their 5 years is up? Well, they're not having to pay for it. They're not getting the bonus to begin with. So the fine print is this: you have to work for 5 years as an agent before you're eligible for that $50,000 sign-up bonus. You don't even see it until 5 years is up. And do they honestly think MAGA is going to be in charge for that long? Plus,
Plus,
go ahead.
They have to work for a strict 120 days probationary period before any payment is received to them.
Yo, say that again?
So when they get hired by ICE, the bottom salary for new joins is $49. But you've got a strict 120-day probationary period where they may not sort of see money until they become permanent, depending on...
Wait, are you saying 120 days without any compensation?
It's the employer's discretion. It is the employer's discretion. Newly hired employees face 120 days probationary period during which they can be disciplined or discharged at the employee's discretion. So they may receive like a small pay, but they're not going to be getting what they actually think they're going to be getting. They have signed a contractual obligation.
I don't see any of them working for free. They have to be getting at least something.
Something, yeah. I'm thinking that they're getting the bottom tier. I'm thinking they're getting the $49 an hour.
That's bottom tier, $49 an hour?
Mm-hmm.
What's top tier?
$89 to $528.
How would you like to be making $49 an hour?
Not working for ICE.
That right there would make my day. $49 an hour. Amazing. That is what a good living wage would look like. Now, do you see why these fucking Nazis are so eager to join up?
I'd rather hump a dead camel than work for ICE. I don't care how much money the money is, I'd rather hump a dead, bloated camel.
That is just wild. One comment says they need to read the fine print. They don't get the bonus until they are vested. That means 5 years of unblemished duty. The problem with that is that I seriously doubt this regime will be in charge in 5 years. I mean, that's wishful thinking. I would love for that to be true. But given the voting record of white people in this country, I don't hold out much hope. I really don't. I saw poll numbers for Jasmine Crockett in Texas, and she's ahead of the mediocre white man Tallarico by, she's like 40 something and he's 39 or something like that. And I'm like, it's like, I didn't even want to look. I don't want to hope. I just want to see what the voters actually do. White voters decide. Yeah, go ahead.
The best part is, with ICE officers that are receiving salary during their probation period, during that time they receive base pay, local locality pay, depending on their location. Once they begin working, they may become eligible for premium pay such as administration uncontrolled overtime pay, which can add up to 25% of their base salary. So they will do student loan repayment options for new recruits. But
so there's another guy who's saying they're only going to get 10,000 a year.
Basically, yeah.
10K a year. That's not 40. That when you said bottom tier, $49 an hour.
Yeah, I might have read that wrong. It might be $49 a week.
Well, or a day. I don't know. $49 a week. That doesn't make any sense. But $10,000 a year. That is below. That's got to be below minimum wage. I'm not a mathematician here, but holy shit, $10,000 a year? That's poverty wages. Who's working for that?
So it might be $49 a day then.
So another good question here. So where is the money going? Go ahead.
Extra money for people they bring in, like a commission. The more people they bring in, the more pay they receive. Like any disgusting door-to-door sort of oil sort of salesman.
Wow, this is sounding like a multi-level marketing scheme. Yeah, this is like the multi-level marketing business from hell. So this guy, he says, well, where is all this money going? ICE has a bigger budget than the U.S. Marine Corps. All these guys are wearing stuff that they got from the Army and Navy store. Some have fatigues and boots, and some have jeans and tennis shoes. They aren't spending money on training. They just started getting body cameras, but those are only about $1,000 a piece. So I assumed the money was going to payroll and bonuses. If not, where is the money going? Good. It's going in somebody's pocket.
Do you know what the laugh is? They were advertising for UK people to go and work for ICE in America as an immigration officer. Make that make sense.
We're going to bring in immigrants to work for immigration enforcement. How fucking wild. No fucking way.
I'm going to send you this. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, but please help.
Well, I mean, don't ask me for help. I last person to shed light on this mystery. Another guy says, the Don has a way of enticing workers with high wages and bonuses, but if you look at his business practices in the past, many employees got burned. As P.T. Barnum once said, there's a sucker born every minute, which seems to be the MAGA motto now. I swear, we are as dumb as fuck. Careers, home offices. Do I want to read this? I don't know. Do I like reading? I don't know.
You love reading, you know you do. Speaking of reading, you've got a book you need to finish.
We're recruiting immigration officers. Job now closed. Okay. And then they have a video. Home Office works to build a safe, fair, prosperous UK. We are recruiting for more than 300 immigration officers to work in one of our immigration compliance enforcement. Financial. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Does England have its own ICE operations going on? This is from the Home Office. This is not.
To be, yeah.
This is not an American bulletin.
Nope.
You must at least be 18 years at the time of application, be a UK citizen, hold a full manual UK driving license. They have their own ICE operations.
Uh-huh.
When the fuck did this start?
This looks like 2023. This is why I was asking if I was tripping.
I mean, I think I'm tripping now because I'm like, what in the entire five-fingered Kentucky Fried Fuck? I honestly don't know how to. This is so foreign. It doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna put a link. Good people of YouTube, you decide.
Yeah,
we report,
you
decide.
Help us figure this out. Yeah, if you could help us figure this out, we will go through the comments and
we're offering $50,000 bonuses for anybody who can shed some light and decipher this cryptic.
Oh, feet pictures.
$50,000 in feet pictures. You know, what the fuck? They got guys in turbans like, hey, minorities can work for us too. We don't mind. Oh my God. I want off of this planet.
Me too.
Let's talk about something more cheery. Can we please? Let's talk about something more cheery like the Epstein files. Let's go to the Epstein files. What's in them? According to CNN, link will be down in the description. The Justice Department on Friday released more than 3 million pages of files related to the investigation into the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. By the way, the amount of times Donald Trump has been mentioned or is in the files, not just a brief mention, it has gone up. It's gone up to about 1 million now.
It have. Did you see Lauren Boebert's reaction to when she?
Yeah, she's pretending to be disgusted and angry. That's all performance bullshit. I did see that. I'm not impressed.
Read the comments because the comments were hilarious, and they were like, "Has hell frozen over?" I don't know.
No.
She's genuinely disgusted. Oh, she's just jumping on the bandwagon with Marjorie Green at the moment. But,
there it is.
They both supported Trump. This is what they voted for. They can't act disgusted now, you know?
Yeah, they both can get fucked. Both of them. I'm sick to fucking death of them. At least Marjorie Taylor Greene has the brains to at least pretend to be anti-MAGA now. Even though we know wink, wink, nudge, nudge, nod, nod. We know she's not.
Oh, I wouldn't trust street tours as far as I can throw her. The same with Beetlejuice Boba.
Yeah, so,
you know?
yeah, according to Todd Blanche, let's just get through this. Deputy Attorney Todd Blanche said at a news conference that the Justice Department has now completed its review of the files and the White House had no oversight over the process. The documents released Friday contain reference to Donald Trump and other powerful figures, including Elon Musk, Bill Clinton, and former Obama White House counsel. They can't. They have to keep Obama's name in there because they have to make Obama seem just as guilty as Trump. Yeah, shot by ICE or police?
Police. Facebook just put it up now on Black News. Unarmed black mom survives being shot 6 times by police. Files a 25 million lawsuit. I really hope she wins that.
I think I
lawsuit.
did see that one. Yeah, I hope she does too.
Yes, yeah. Facebook was telling tales that you left a comment. I'm stalking you on Facebook.
That's okay. Allegations appear to be unverified. The official note that some of the secondhand information, they appear to have been allegations that were received through the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, which takes tips by phone and electronically, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Was there anything in the files to follow up with the below individuals, 302s, etc.? No. But you know, you got all of these people. I'm telling you what, they're finding out people that are in high positions in like hospitals, hospital universities, literally exchanging. One of them, a mother, when her daughter was 15 years old, was saying, "Hey, my daughter's going to have a bunch of friends over. So looking forward to you coming by our house." She's got a high-paying, prestigious job at a hospital. Let me see if I can remember the name. Aurora Healthcare, I think. But man, people are coming out of the woodwork. I mean, This is insane. I mean, the fact that there is so much corruption involving the abuse of children, and so many people were in the know. I just want this whole, I don't care if the whole country burns to the ground. I am so fucking sick of these people. Oh, you know, the only reason you care about this is because so and so. It's like I don't give a goddamn fuck who it is. They need to be held accountable. That's it. I don't care. 19 girls mentioned in the document, all under Jane Doe pseudonyms, ranged in ages, including some as young as 14. And would be paid several $100s and sometimes be used to solicit other friends who would be asked if they were interested in engaging in similar activities. Children recruiting other children is basically what that is. This is called grooming. In one instance, Epstein allegedly told one of the girls he was abusing that if she reported to anyone what had occurred, bad things would happen to her. So, threats of violence. There you go. You wonder why they don't come forward? Not only are they being threatened by the people who perpetrated the crimes, but then you've got the public who is more than willing to defend these fucking pedophilic assholes. Every single one of them. I don't give a fuck who they are. Democrat, Republican, burn the fuckers.
Senior. Exactly. Hold them all accountable. Put their feet to the fire, so to speak, and hold them accountable. You know, something needs to be done. Doesn't matter if they are Republicans or Democrats or whoever they are. If
Yeah.
they were involved in this sick, disgusting stuff, they need to be held accountable and charged accordingly to the crimes that they committed.
One thing Bobert said that I actually agree with, hell hath frozen over. She agreed that Maxwell needs even more time than what she was actually given.
She does. Yeah, she does.
She would say things
I
like,
think-
"Oh, I think he likes you. Aren't you lucky?" This is what she would say to the victims.
Yeah, that's. I do sadly agree with Borbert on this one. Ghislaine, she does need more time in prison, not to be sent to where Trump has sent her, to be honest.
And what's amazing is these politicians are getting they're getting the unredacted version of these files. We only get to see the redacted versions. But I'm telling you what, if this doesn't cause an uprising of the general public, nothing will. If you're looking for your 1776 moment for revolution, here it is. Here you go. Here you go, Trump tards. You've got everything. All right here. All the proof you need. But they won't do it because, well, Fox News didn't say that. OAN, I didn't hear anything about that. So it must be fake news. I mean, it just makes you want to just give up and just, you know what, I just want off this fucking planet. FBI notes from witness interviews mention Trump and Steve Bannon. That walking syphilitic pockmark on society. But yeah, this is what we have to deal with. I mean,
All right, I need a distraction really bad. My doctor stuck me on a diet like 4 days ago. We're currently sitting in a shop that is serving fresh pizza, and I need something to take my mind off the fresh pizza. Help me.
perfect timing, is it not? Anyway, I'm going to leave that link in the description. Let's go over to, oh, look, Scott Jennings. This absolute retard, and I use that word deliberately. I don't use that because he's mentally handicapped. He's just stupid on purpose. This fucking asshole. Yeah, I'm just going to call this file the fucking asshole because that's who we're talking about. And I'm glad to see that
You could save under Tuppenbach because he's very Tuppenbach.
yeah, this
Very
guy.
stupid.
That's a good flattering picture of him.
He looks like he's about to give someone head.
Flating Donald Trump. You know.
I don't think Trump could fit in that mouth.
I don't know. But
I don't
let's
think
see.
the shroom is big enough.
Let's see. CNN staffers are unhappy with the behavior of the company's conservative pundit and contributor Scott Jennings, letting their displeasure at his conduct and violation of guidelines be known during a recent meeting. Anybody who's watched CNN with this fuckwit, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, this guy is he's just a bastard. According to a Friday report from Status, CNN held a staff-wide all-hands meeting to address employees' concerns about the current state of the company and its uncertain future. No shit. The cable news staple is at a pivotal crossroads and faces two very different futures based on which company acquires its parent, Warner Brothers Discovery, Under Paramount, it is expected that CNN will receive an extensive MAGA-friendly makeover, similar to CBS News. But if Netflix acquires WBD or Warner Brothers Discovery, CNN would be spun off into a different company alongside the company's other linear cable channels. So, it's just one billionaire buying, vying for it. It's like, it really, I don't think it matters. Beyond that uncertain future, however, some employees took the opportunity to confront CEO Mark Thompson about Jennings, a frequently booked conservative pundit known for his open support of President Donald Trump and his tendency to get into spats with other guests. Well, yeah, this is what they want. They want eyeballs. They want confrontation. This is how it works. This is how you get people tuned in. Unfortunately, it's not about having a philosophical discussion. It's not about having elevated discussion. So one employee asked why Jennings was permitted to use illegal aliens. I mean, of all the things to be angry about, that's the one thing you bring up to refer to undocumented immigrants. How about, because he's a Nazi collaborator? How about that? He's a Trump MAGA supporter. Guess that's not bad enough. A phrase prohibited by CNN's editorial guidelines. Earlier this month, Jennings got into a heated exchange with fellow guest 2018 Parkland school shooting survivor Cameron Kasky, who chastised him on air for saying U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents ought to be able to chase down illegals. Who are you to tell me what I can and can't say? I never met you, brother. I can say whatever I want. Yeah, he can say whatever he wants because CNN doesn't have the fucking spine to tell him to go kick rocks. This is what happens when you have media corporations who kowtow to Trumpism and try to placate the 21st century Nazis. He goes on, they're illegal aliens, and that's what the law calls them, illegal aliens, and that's what I'm going to call them. In response to these concerns, Thompson said that the contributors like Thompson are held to different standards than CNN journalists. Well, what did you expect? This is who you hired. This is who you're going to get. I honestly don't understand why you're upset.
Though, if he is going to fluff Trump, Stormy Daniels did make a real good point about how to deal with Trump. On how to, service him because his mushroom is so small. I believe that she put her lips like this.
I'm not going to comment, but I'm not into those kind of mushrooms. The point being, this is who you hired. CNN hired this fuckwit. It's like this is going to go nowhere. The CEO of CNN, what was his name? What was this fuckwit's name? This is what he wants. This is what drives ratings now. I just had his name here. Mark Thompson. So fuck him anyway. I mean, whatever. This is what we get, right? And this is what we asked for. You can't get mad at this fuckwit. You guys knew who he was before you hired him. So this is what the upper branch wants. And this is why independent media is so important. This is why we need more independent journalists out there who are willing to tell the hard truths and to call a spade and to say this is black or white.
Wait.
There's no gray area.
This Mark Thomas worked for BBC. BBC, who's notorious in covering up for sex predators.
I don't know if is this the same Mark Thompson that worked for BBC. I don't know his.
Yes. His full title would be Sir Mark John Thomas, a prominent British American media executive who has served as the chairman and CEO of CNN Worldwide since 2023. He was the former general of the BBC. Now, the BBC is like infamous for covering up for paedophiles. I mean, you've got Jimmy Savile, you've got Rolf Harris, you've got various of other ones that the BBC have covered up for.
Yeah, well,
and now he's working.
Well, anyway, there you go, people. That is the news. We want to thank you so much for joining us. We went a little overtime. We're trying to keep it down to an hour. If you stuck it with us, if you stuck it out this far, we want to thank you so much for sticking it out on the Skeptically Speaking podcast. If you want more independent media in your life and you value that, please consider supporting the show. Cash App, Venmo, or become a Patreon subscriber. Links are down in the description. We'd love to have you.
Yes, we thank you for being here. We thank you for your support. So please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We love reading your comments. And again, we thank you for your support. And we shall see you all on the flip side.
And with that, take care.
Wake up, grab a brush and put a little makeup. Hide the scars to fade away. Why'd you leave the keys up on the table? Here you go, create another fable. You wanted to grab a brush and put a little makeup. You wanted to hide the scars to fade away the shaker. You wanted to. Why'd you leave the keys up on the table? You wanted to. I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide. I cry when niggas deserve to die. In my self-righteous suicide, I cry when niggas deserve to die. I commend my spirit, Father, into your hands. Why